Hey everyone, I'm Jill Davis. I'm one of the health and fitness specialists here at Cone Health, part of the Live Life Well program. And I am going to show you a few exercises that you can do to improve your golf swing. These are very safe for all ages, and they are even better for ages 50 and up because they're safe and they work on different functional mobility areas that age group tends to need a little bit more of. So the first exercise is called a bird dog. It's for stability, balance, and core strength. I'm going to show you how to do the exercises and explain a little bit about why you're doing them and how they're going to help you. So for the bird dog, you might have heard of it before. You'll see why it's called that, because a bird dog actually points at birds. So you want to start in a tabletop position. Make sure your hands are directly under your shoulders and your knees are directly under your hips. You don't want to have anything but the four-corner balance because that will throw you off balance-wise. Keep your core nice and tight, spine nice and straight. Pretend that there's a glass of water on your lower back and you're trying not to spill it. So next step is you're going to bring one arm straight out, one leg straight out. Try to find your balance here. You want to make sure you're not lifting that leg too high up because it can hyperextend your back. So be very careful to have it straight back. Even a couple inches off the floor is fine. Once you get your balance here, you can try to bring your elbow and knee together, bring it back out, get your balance again, and then bring it back down. Always make sure you have those four corners or you might lose your balance. Practice this one. You don't necessarily have to do the knee to elbow. If your balance is off, you may never get there. You can work towards it if you want to. That part's not as important as just getting your arm and leg out straight. That's going to help with your stability in your core, mainly hips and a little bit of shoulders. So that's the bird dog. Number two is called a prone swimmer. So what that one looks like, I'm going to show it to you first and then explain it because you might not be able to hear me very well. My face is going to be pretty much down close to the mat. So you want to be in a prone position with your neck nice and straight. You're starting here. That's the swimmer. So that one is actually very good for shoulder joint mobility. A lot of us as we get older, we tend to start hunching forward, chests are tight, backs aren't quite as strong. So that one will actually help force your shoulders back, give you better posture, help strengthen those muscles up here in your upper back, and give your shoulder joints the stability and flexibility that they need to follow through on a golf swing. Number three is a standing exercise. I'm actually going to show you this one from the side so you can see the placement of my legs. This one is called a split squat. It's a very good exercise. There are people that sometimes have trouble with this. It's just very important to make sure you have the proper alignment with this. The split squat is made so that you can find balance in your hips. It will even out any imbalance strength-wise in your legs. So a lot of people tend to be stronger in one leg than the other. This will even that out, which will improve a golf game. It's also a very good hip flexibility and strengthening exercise. And we all know how much leg strength is involved in a golf swing. So we want to make sure that your legs are nice and strong. So what you're going to do, stand nice and tall. Big step straight back. You want to start by having your weight balanced between your front and back feet. Back knee starts to come forward, lifting the back heel off the floor. You're going to come straight down and back up. So you want to really pay close attention. You may even want to do this in front of a mirror because this back knee needs to be straight down from your hip, which is straight down from your shoulder. So you want to make sure you're not leaning forward into it. Your knee can't be up too close. You'll lose your balance and hurt your knee. And you don't want it too far back because you'll get too much of a stretch in your hip. So just think about that 90-degree front knee, 90-degree back knee like you would get if you were kneeling all the way down. And it's the same movement, just going up and down. If you have any knee issues, feel free to just take it halfway down until your legs get stronger. Make sure you're pushing hard through that front heel because primarily that's the leg doing the work. And if your balance is a little shaky, just make sure you have something to hold on to, like a chair, something sturdy. So all of these exercises you can do 3 times through. If it's a single leg, single arm exercise, 3 times each side, all for 3 sets, and you can do it 3 times a week. So 10 reps, 3 times through, at least 3 times a week. These are all pretty safe exercises to do 3 or 4 times a week. If you find that your muscles are a little sore, give yourself some recovery time in between. I want to show you one last exercise that's going to help a lot for those of you who experience lower back pain, whether it be in general or even from your golf game. This will help a lot with lower back pain. So it's called a rotate half kneel exercise. So what you're going to do, I'm going to show you from the side so you can see my placement of my legs. You're going to have, again, like the split squat, one knee right over the front ankle. Back knee is going to be straight down from your hip, which is in line with your shoulder. Very important to have the proper alignment because you want to make sure you have the proper mechanics for all of these exercises. Next step, nice and tall. Your arms are going to come out super straight. Elbows are locked straight. And you're going to find you want to kind of push your hips forward a little bit just to protect your back, keep your core engaging. And you're going to rotate your entire upper body as far as you can without twisting your spine. Back through the middle and to the other side. So you're going to feel your hips wanting to move. Let them move. You don't want to find yourself just moving your upper body and feeling it in your back. Let yourself go all the way through and let your hips carry the weight. Let them stretch. You should feel a little stretch here. And then back over to the other side. You're going to feel the stretch as well. Make sure that front knee stays nice and straight. You don't want it compensating for this movement. And you can go through this nice and carefully. You can do 10 times on each side. So after you finish 10 times, you're going to switch legs and do 10 times on the other side. So that one's going to help a ton with your balance, with your hip flexibility, and the biggest one that helps with is lower back pain. If you feel anything in your back, when you do that exercise, you need to look again at your positioning. Make sure your hips are forward, your core is tight, and your whole hip is turning as far as you can go, but not overdoing it. So 10 times through all of those reps, we're going to do 3 rounds of each, and I would say you'd be fine and you'd be noticing a significant difference in probably a month to 2 months if you stick with this 3 to 4 times a week. The split squat is something you can actually add weights to. If it ends up starting to become easy, you can add some dumbbells and add some more resistance to it. Okay? So good luck with that golf game, and I guarantee if you do these exercises on a regular basis, you're going to notice some significant improvement not only in your golf game, but also in your day-to-day life, and who knows, you might have had some aches and pains that were there before that are getting better. So don't be surprised if that happens. Thanks for